High above the clouds, where precision meets courage, an African woman is rewriting aviation history one flight at a time.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
From Nigerian dreams to commanding one of aviation's most complex aircraft, Captain Adebanke Olaiwola Osilaja is breaking barriers and redefining what's possible for women and Africans in global aviation.
Shutting down and securing the aircraft.
She's not just a pilot. She's the first Nigerian female captain at a US legacy airline and the first African woman in the world to fly the Boeing Dreamlifter, which is one of the largest cargo aircrafts ever built. But how did this story emerge from the shadows?
When I gave birth to her, it's big because it's 4 pounds. And all the doctors come and see, and there's no problem. And it's a good child. When I was a year or two running around, it's not stressing me, no problem. During the time of having teeth.
Teething.
No problem. Everything comes fast. He worked at 9 months.
9 months?
Yes.
She started working at 9 months?
Yes.
Wow.
9 months. And I thank God that it's a blessed girl. And he's always said that where I'm going is far. And I thank God. Being a captain is not a joke. So on the day she told me she was a pilot, I talked to the people that sitting down with the passenger, and I don't know that is the one who drive them. When she told me, I just, hey! He said, Mama, that's the job I want, and I will do it. I bless her that day that by the name of Jesus, you will never fail and you will never fall down. Your plane will not crash in Jesus' name.
Captain Adebanke, it's good to meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so we're here, Captain.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Captain, it's such a pleasure to finally get to speak with you.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's begin from the very start. You grew up in the historic city of Ibadan. What exactly was your upbringing like in that city?
Okay, yes. I was born in Ibadan. I grew up in Ibadan. I spent my formative years in Ibadan. And growing up, Ibadan is a big, growing up is like a big community. We have, I have definitely my mom. I've lost my dad at a tender age.
So sorry about that.
Thank you. And I do have a stepdad also. So I grew up in an environment full of love, a lot of grown-ups. My elder ones, my siblings, they are older than me, way older than me. And I grew up with a lot of support, like love, the community. We have neighbors, we have family friends, we have cousins. So I grew up in a large family with a lot of support. That's basically, that's the lovely memories, a lot of mischievous stuff that we did growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ibadan is always going to be part of my story. I was born there, I was raised there, and it was fun growing up.
Maybe just before we leave Ibadan for a moment, what do you miss about the city?
The city is more of the, even just the smell of Ibadan. I grew up in an area called Ring Road in Ibadan, and even just the smell, the food, the people, they invite you to respect others. I can't see my neighbor and do something silly and you think they won't chastise you or correct you. No, they are going to do that.
Just a community.
So the community, I like that. I kind of miss that culture, the culture of community, the unity. Anybody can correct a child.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's touch your educational background as well. You completed both your primary and secondary school in Ibadan, and then you went on to the prestigious Obafemi Awolowo.
Great Ife.
Great Ife.
Great. Yes.
So I'm wondering perhaps how your educational background, your states and of course OAU, how that shaped the experiences that you had to go through and where you are today.
Yeah, I would say Obafemi Awolowo University, Great Ife, OAU, actually that foundation, I would say it actually helped me a lot with when it comes to my work culture, who I am today. Obafemi Awolowo University had a lot to play into that, because getting into the university and being on that campus, it is not just about you coming to school. That system, you will pass through Ife and Ife will pass through you. That's what we used to say, because there are lectures that you have to wake up early. You have to be, I was a teenager, I was a young child when I entered Ife, but they invite in you that discipline, which is, I got it from Ife. Ability to wake up on time, go for lectures, move from one faculty to the other. And if you are late for classes, you are not coming in. There's lecturers that we say, get out of my class, you can't be a minute late. So I would say Obafemi Awolowo University gave me that foundation.
With brains, sass, and a dash of Nigerian flair, she snatched a master's degree from the University of Leicester like it was a birthright. But what was it like juggling lectures?
It was good. Any experience, I always say something about whatever it is that you go through in life, take it as an experience and learn from it. Yes, definitely cultural differences. It was different. It was cold. It was different from where I was coming from. I did have some lecturers, maybe they are Scottish. It was difficult to understanding what they were saying to me then. So I had to okay, what do I need to do? I used to bring this the Walkman. There was that one, the tape recorder.
Okay.
Yes, you recorded some of this. Then I would go back home and I would sit with my friends, okay,
and listen to it
and
have it replay.
And yes, and I have my friends they grew up in the UK. They are explain to me what they just said. Yeah, so there's no shame in learning.
Yeah.
So that would be the experience I had when I was in Leicester. But then I was also shuttling at one point when I was in Leicester, where I think my first semester I was definitely in school there, and I got a job at UAE. So I started shuttling back and forth for lectures between Abu Dhabi and London.
Captain, can I ask you, your path began from the education sector, and then it led you to the aviation industry. So I'm just wondering in my mind, what and who exactly sparked that transition?
Well, I will start from what sparked the transition. I went to Ife. Yes, I studied education, health education. I wanted to study medicine, but I knew that I also wanted to see the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, I started that foundation, my foundation with education. And from that alone, I know that I wanted to see the world. How I'm going to do it, I do not know. And definitely, I don't know. As of that time, teenagers were young. We don't even really know what we're doing, but I'm supposed to get that education.
Yeah.
And I started at that. And by the time transitioning did come in, when I was in the UK for my master's. And that was when I got my first job in aviation. I got my first job in aviation with an airline in the UAE. And,
What year was that?
and that was 2006, 2007. That was
Okay.
when I got my first job with this airline in the UAE. It was from there, it was an open setup where you have a pilot, you have the pilot, the people that are training pilots, the people that are training flight attendants.
Okay.
We have this huge open office. So I was always asking them questions. I was always asking the pilot, what does this mean? I look at their manuals, I ask them questions. So the interest started growing from there. And remember, I was still shuttling from UAE, Abu Dhabi to London for classes.
Oh.
I was doing that concurrently for my master's. And anytime I will be flying, or even if I was doing recruitment, because when we are not training, we are also recruiting around the world, I was always asking the pilot questions. And this particular Canadian pilot said to me, I think you have the bug. Next time when we're in the UK together, I owe you an introductory flight ticket. That was what he said. I said, okay, yeah. I will
A Canadian pilot.
A Canadian pilot, Captain Jean. I think that was his name. I would never forget. So it was from that experience, what it did, it got me what we call introductory flight ticket. It was a 30-minute ride on the aircraft.
30?
Yeah, like a 40 minutes ride. They will take you up with all the small aircraft. They will allow you hold the yokes. You will push and pull. And I did all of that. And I was super excited. So when we landed, he was waiting for me. He said, how did you feel? I said, oh my God, it was so exciting. I love it. I said, okay. And then he was happy for me. And then he turned to me and seriously, he made a serious facial expression. He said, do you know who can stop you from doing this? I said, yes. Maybe my parents wouldn't want me. As I said, no, not your parent, not anyone but you. You're the only one that can stop yourself from achieving this.
Wow.
Anybody can be a pilot, but not everybody will be a pilot.
And since then, you've been flying the skies.
Yes, I've been flying. You know, one thing I also like to say, people see the good, the beautiful part of the story. We share the nice part of our experiences. Well, I always like to describe my own experience, or my experiences, as the good, the bad, the ugly, and the best.
How exactly do your family take that decision, that big decision to transition from education to aviation?
Well, when I started that journey, the truth is, I didn't initially tell my family.
Oh my word!
When I didn't initially I didn't tell my mom, because they were thinking, okay, I was shuttling between UAE and the UK for
your masters.
For my masters, and I work in the UAE. I moved to Philadelphia before I told my big sister. I said, guess where I am? I said, I'm in Philly. So, oh, are you up there for? I said, no. I'm there. I relocated. I'm going to be doing my training. Say, you are crazy. I said, okay, don't say anything to mommy, because, like you said, and she would just be super worried about, the plane crash, or they are scared, and they always think, training as a pilot, this is a professional. This is a profession for male. It's for male. It's not for female. Why are you doing this? So I made sure that until I got my private pilot license, that was when I informed my mom that, guess what, I'm a pilot. Mommy, you know what that is. I'm not a pilot. I got my private pilot license before telling her.
Was there ever a time as well you felt like, you know what, I'm not doing this again? I didn't know this thing is, they didn't tell me it's so difficult. So was there ever a time you felt like giving up?
There are times you wake up. I was there all alone by myself in Philadelphia.
No family?
No family around. We wake up in the thick of the winter. I looked outside and I was like, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? I was going to school I had an early morning lesson, and it was around maybe 6:30 in the morning. I came out and I saw that thing, that light, like eyes, very scary. That was fox. There are foxes around, and it was snowing. I was so scared. So those were the times I was crying. Why am I doing this? I should just go back to what I was doing, being an aviation health trainer. I don't need to.
It was comfortable for you.
That was comfortable, but I was just like, no. I've started this. The drive, you will miss flying. Once you start, you will actually miss it. So I will go back to. I never stopped. Every time, when they give me negative feedback, you have to be open to everything. And sometimes people even look at you. I sound different. I look different from a lot of my colleagues in the flight school. So that barrier, that was another barrier for me to cross. But the most important thing is you cannot give up. That's where the discipline comes in.
Let's stay with the dream lifter for a moment and talk about that experience, because some have described it as the beast. Some says the transports that changed the world. So I'm just imagining, what does it take to fly such a massive aircraft? I'm wondering, and I'm thinking perhaps a lot of presence is demanded, your mind, your heart, and all of that. Is that about right?
Well, I would say yes. I would say, and I'm going to add this to it. It's not about the muscle power. It's all about the muscle memory and the training. We are trained to fly this aircraft. We are trained to handle them. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of you being disciplined, following what we call the standard operating procedure to be able to fly this aircraft or any aircraft.
Given that women make up only about 5 to 6% of commercial pilots globally, less than 1.5% of airline captains, and black women represent under 1% of pilots in the US, Captain Adebanke speaks on challenges faced on her path to becoming a captain.
Aviation is number one. We need to remove the myth that aviation is a male. It's only for male. No, anyone can become an aviator. And also, part of the myth is people don't believe that you being a pilot as a female, you will have the ability to get married, have your own children. No, that is not true.
And have a family.
So if we can remove all of that, and now the other challenging part would be funding, money. To become a pilot is not cheap. Aviation school, the aviation colleges, it's not cheap. When I did it, it cost me close to $60,000 US. That was then in 2009
to 2011.
Yes. So now, when you want to think about today, going to some of the aviation training colleges, it's costing so much. We're talking about thousands of dollars. But let's leave that aside because there are ways. Most of my mentees, what I tell them, there are scholarships, there are courses you can do that will give you credit towards your flight training. So I just try to create that awareness. Like, okay, if I can do it, you don't have an excuse.
You're the first female Nigerian to be at the U.S. Legacy Airlines. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And then you're also perhaps the first female African to also, at some point, work with the Boeing Dreamlifter company and all of that. So, how does it feel to have those firsts to your names, those firsts aged just beside your name?
Wow, it's to whom much is given, much is expected. It's a lot of it's a big expectation. I'm grateful for all of that. However, I don't dwell in the accolades. It's good. It makes you feel good for a while. But what actually makes me feel good and happy for a while, as a more than a while, will be me creating that legacy, passing it forward. Being able to not just have all these accolades, what impact are we making? Who are the people we are training to become also aviators? And am I giving back to my own, I'm a Nigerian American, but am I giving back to that, my community? What are we putting out into this world? So yes, all the accolades, they're all good. I worked out for it. I've earned it. But moving forward is, how do we impact? How can we be impactful and create legacy? That is what is more satisfying for me.
Yes, Captain. I mean, I was asking you as well about what you intend to achieve and the impact you intend to make with your consulting firm.
Okay, yeah, the consulting firm, Ibadan Aviation Consulting, we are all about aviation development. We work with, currently we are in discussion with the Nigerian Aviation Authority. I want to use the opportunity to thank the Minister, Festus Keyamo, and the lovely lady in I think is the NCA director, Madam Kuku. So all these people were in talk with them, and we are talking for us. Aviation is about aviation development, aviation facility. People talk about, would you like to have an airline? I don't care. I do care. I don't want to run an airline. What I think we need, and a lot of my other aviator colleagues agree with me, is the fact that we need facilities. We need, it's not just, we need infrastructure, aviation infrastructure, the facilities.
All right, Captain, as we begin to wind down on our conversation with you, I'd like us to take a moment and just look at Nigeria's aviation industry. It's growing. People say that the sector has a lot of potentials. But then there are challenges, high operating costs and all of that. If you look at the potentials in that sector here in Nigeria and perhaps the continent, what do you think we should be doing differently?
Thank you for that question. For me, what I can say and what we usually discuss with the Nigerian aviators, infrastructure. Wow. Nigeria, we are by the coast. The Atlantic is right. Look at the Atlantic; it's just right there. We need that interconnectivity between the airlines, and I would be remiss if I don't give kudos to the minister and his team. We do have conversation. I know their potential. There are things they're working towards. If we can work on infrastructures, Nigerian aviation, the way Dubai is connecting the world, we can be that. But people just need to see it and not just seeing the big picture, and we should pursue that dream.
What's the worst you have seen while flying? For us passengers, we just come into the aircraft, we see them, we feel good. but you're the one seeing some things that we don't have access to. What's the worst moment? What's the scary moments you've had while flying?
I won't say the worst or something, but I might use the word a little. I was extremely nervous. I don't want to even use the word scared, but I was extremely nervous because I read up on what we were doing. I was the pilot flying, and we were flying into Afghanistan, Kabul.
Whoa.
And we know what that means. Flying into Kabul, the first thing when I read it, and the captain, it was a 4-man crew. There were 4 of us. And I looked at everything that, okay, at this point in time, we are supposed to turn off all the lights. We switch off all the lights on the aircraft.
Really?
And I had to read, why are we switching off all the lights? I was reading, the information is there. Then I asked the captain that, well, this is quite interesting that we have to switch off. I said, do you know why? Because the Talibans, they don't even need to be wherever they are. They already have a system in place. The light will attract the missile. So the aircraft have to be dark, or else if they see that light, it's like a beam. Whatever the missile they have on ground, it will trigger it and it will come and shoot you down.
Did you say a prayer in that moment?
I just say, oh God, I love you. Please, I don't want to die like this, but you know what? I love you. That can be scary because sometimes you will land and the Taliban's are the missiles, and sometimes you think about it. It's even worth it, but hey, somebody has to fly in there.
Next up, Captain Adebanke and I hit the streets, turning pavement into a fitness track, pushing our limits, burning calories, and staying fit.
And as a pilot, you have to be fit.
Oh, you have to be fit. Yes, it's quite important. It's part of what we check. How the check is that I am still checked.
Okay.
So, and part of it is you have to be fit, you don't have any illness, you have to be mentally, aside from being physically fit, mentally, psychologically, all of this is part of what makes you a good pilot.
Now I see why I'm already panting and I'm sweating. I don't think you're sweating yet.
Beyond the cockpit, her impact travels even further, inspiring young Africans, especially women and girls, to pursue careers once considered impossible.
She's been a trailblazer. There are not many female pilots, are there? But she doesn't want to be called a female pilot. She wants to just be called a pilot. So she's challenged the status quo. And she pushed the envelope by actually handling a very complex machine.
Banke is, I would say, a go-getter. She's a very determined person. She never takes no for an answer. She always wants her way. She always wants to get her way all the time.
Captain Banks is my better half. There's a lot of things people don't get to see besides the fact that Banker is a airline captain. When the engines are off and she comes home and takes that uniform off, there's one thing Banker does very well too. She knows how to be a wife. She's very, very homely. Besides that, Banker is a person of tradition and culture. Those are the 2 things she holds in high esteem. Having said that, Banker is wishing you many more safe skies and happy landings.
Captain Adebanke Olaiwola represents a new narrative that excellence, hard work, and determination have no gender and no borders.